All right, guys, went back today with another micro dot from Zulisy, and this one is the Z1-R and the Z1 Green, both identical models. The only thing different will be the color of the dot. Both of these guys are going to be affordable, and on top of that, you know how we do. I've talked with Zulisy, and they've created a discount code specifically for you guys. Now, Zulisy sent these out to the channel at my request, and they're always sponsoring and helping out the channel, so full disclosure there. But we didn't cut it any slack. We put it through its paces, and it did absolutely awesome down at the range, as you can see in the intro. We'll talk a little bit more about that torture test we did, as well as the specs and features and performance of this optic and why you may want it at the end of this video. I also want to give a huge shout out to AAC Ammo for providing the ammo to help make this video and many others. I've run a lot of their 115 grain, probably well over 4,000 to 5,000 rounds at this point without any issues whatsoever. It just functions great. So again, huge shout out to AAC for all of the ammo support. Now, when you are looking at this optic, this one is designed to fit the RMSC footprint, which is that micro compact 9 and sometimes 380 footprint. If you want to know what type of footprint your pistol has, you'll definitely want to look up that manufacturer specs and features, but a lot of those micro 9s, some of the Shield Pluses, Pete's 365s, the Taurus GX4, and a lot of others have that smaller RMSC footprint, and that's when this one fits. Now, the MSRP of these guys is going to be right around $130-ish, give or take a few dollars, depending on what's going on, as well as what model you pick, either the red or the green. Inside the box, you get the optic itself, all of the screws you could ever possibly want, and the tool to adjust windage and elevation and attach everything you need, as well as the battery. Now, this made it up perfectly with the GX4 as well as a few other Micro 9s I tried it on, but I settled on the GX4 for this video just because I felt like it was a great small compact package, and I really wanted to put both the optic and the pistol itself through the test, and it did amazing down at the range. Before we go over all of those results, I do want to finish the specs and features by talking about the fact that this is a top load battery compartment, meaning you can swap out that battery right here without dismounting the optic. Very large push button controls located on the side right here, so very easy to click up and click down, and it's going to have a nice 4 MOA dots. So not too big, not too small, kind of that perfect dot size. The glass on this is absolutely crystal clear, and when showing this to a lot of different people, actually when I took it to a shop one day, everybody was blown away by the glass clarity and dot brightness, especially for the price point. Now, I do have that 18% off discount in the description below, which drops the price to about $105 to $110, depending on the model you select. So again, insane value for money here. The housing on this is going to be a more durable housing than you would find on a lot of other micro dots, but with that, you do get a little bit thicker housing in these ears right here. Now, that doesn't bother me, and it doesn't really obscure my vision, and I love the added durability, and again, we'll talk about that in a second. It also includes rear sights in the back, milled into the optic itself, which is a nice touch, and everything's sighted in nicely, and it held zero perfectly. It also is IPX7 waterproof rated, and it has auto on or shake awake technology, meaning when it senses motion, it automatically turns on, and when it doesn't, it goes into sleep mode. So every single feature that I want to see on a dot, this one has. Now let's talk about that durability test. The first thing I did is just slam it on the car hood maybe 50, 60 times, and then rack it into the steel bumper just to see bumps and jostles if it would hold zero, and it absolutely did. As you can see in the intro, I tried to roll everything into one shot and not cut the footage. Then we actually dropped it on a quartz rock 3 times from about waist high, give or take, and it ran great. Now, after all of those testings, I actually dropped it a few more times so I could get some sweet shots for the intro, and that's where a lot of this mud and dirt came from. Threw it in the air a couple times and beat it up, then shot it one more time off camera, and it still held zero absolutely perfectly without any issues whatsoever. The glass remained intact, and this hooded front sight right here, or this hood over the sight, protected the lens from any scratching. And you can see it's still crystal clear even with all of the abuse. Now, also want to mention that GX4 held up great. Even with dirt and debris all in it, it did great down at the range. If you were looking for a high-value pair, this is actually a pretty good option. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have you been using Zulisy? I sure have. I've been working with them for a while. I actually purchased some of their optics a while back, and they're just, again, a big supporter of the channel. These guys also actually donated to Hurricane Helene relief that we dropped off some supplies. So just a good company in general, making quality products at an affordable price. Again, all of the info, linking, and discounts will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to Zulisy for sending these out, and thanks to AAC for all the ammo support. Have a good one.